Welcome to Life Insurance Today. I'm your guide, Edward Pritchett, joined by Mr. Joe Jordan. Wanted to talk with you a little bit, Joe, about the future of insurance distribution. You've had an extensive career in this industry. You've seen it change and evolve over the past 40 plus years. Where are you seeing it go now? What should, if I'm an agent who's looking to be in this industry right now, where should I look to so that I'm on that next wave of insurance distribution?
Well, I think what we do is desperately needed, and the fact of the matter is life insurance is the most efficient way that people can pass assets on. And as you had pointed out, that this is going to be the largest transition of wealth ever in the planet on this in our country alone. So I do think that if you're in the insurance business, you have a leg up. You can always learn some of the investment stuff. But it's very hard for people who just grow up in the AUM, assets under management type of paradigm, to make that jump that comes over. So I think kind of a middle ground is something I had talked about before in one of your episodes, which is the idea of using life insurance, permanent life insurance, as a way of putting a lot of cash into it, okay? Because there are certain tax benefits that can be derived from that. And, at the end of the day, people are looking to make certain that they're protected during the time period when they're accumulating, and then they would like to leave their assets back to the people they love instead of giving it to the federal government.
Yeah.
So you really should be exploring that. There's a lot of great tax-favored incentives for people to have life insurance policies with a lot of cash, because that income comes out tax-free. When you put money into an IRA or a 401k, you got a partner. It's the federal government, and they can change the tax rates. I mean, we're talking that.
They won't.
Oh yeah. So you know what I've been doing? I've been liberating. I'm self-employed now, so I have a SEP IRA. And instead of me contributing to it, I'm taking money out and putting it into my, well, it's tax deductible, but it's tax deductible at the current tax rates. Well, guess what happens? My partner might get a little bit more greedy, and I might wind up, instead of going for a 40% tax bracket, I might be in a 60% tax bracket. Why would I do that? So I'm liberating some of that money now, putting it into my Roth IRA, which comes out on a tax-free basis. And so that's an intelligent way to do that. So it's the idea of not only the assets that you grow, it's the tax configuration that you have. And so really explore the idea about using high cash value life insurance policies as an income supplement. What happens is, if you've got $300,000 and the government owns half of it, you have $150,000. Yeah. Whereas that's not the case in a Roth or a high cash value life insurance policy that, as it stays in force, will also efficiently move your assets to the people that you love.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things we mention things like this. This isn't the exhaustive knowledge base about how to do these things, but to give you some ideas as the agent to go out and do your research, do your study, do your due diligence. But first and foremost, help your clients where you can, so that you can stay in the industry and learn to get to these levels where you can start doing these more advanced tactics, I would call them, right? A more advanced way to look at the fullness of how we can help our clients. What would you say, last question, when it comes to distribution, just with AI, big data, technology, you have all these companies popping up, come online and get your insurance in 15 minutes, and and we're seeing it happen, from the market perspective with some of these companies, where they're starting to get the numbers back, and people might go and try to get a quote or maybe even get a policy, but they don't keep it very long without an agent behind it.
That's right.
What do you see as kind of the true future for we as agents when it comes to how we actually distribute our products, all forms of life insurance, disability, critical illness, all that, to clients in this day and age?
Well, I think you hit on it. The technology shifts are going to be huge. It's going to make the business a lot more efficient. It's the ability that, with a very limited amount of looking at someone, instead of going and getting body fluids and all of this other stuff that was required in the past, to have it just happen.
Yeah.
And you can have a segment of people that can be insured right away.
Yeah.
And the added thing, which you brought up, The purpose of having an agent is the idea that that person will be there and someone they can talk to. People have questions and they call up 1-800, get lost. That it becomes problematic.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not poo-pooing it. If people want to buy a certain way, let them do it. But the only insurance that I know that works is the insurance that's enforced when you die.
Yeah.
Okay. And we did a survey of beneficiaries, and 98% said they appreciated that the insurance was enforced when the people died. I don't know about the other 2%, but I've made it up. I didn't do that. But those are some of the fundamentals that are there. So one of the aggravations of the business was all of the medical requirements, and those are going to continue to go down. So that's a great opportunity. Glad you brought it up.
Yeah. Well, guys, we definitely want you to be looking at how you can more effectively distribute this vital product to the clients who need it at this point in time, where we are as a nation in this country. And we want you to continue to plug in, find out more, learn more, improve what you're doing in your business. Follow Mr. Joe Jordan here. Follow us at thepritchettagency.com, the Edward Pritchett, and we'll see you next time.